Updated swim video for you guys on the 9-inch trout. Changed the tail material, so should probably show you what that looks like in the water. Wait for the splash down to clear. This is an extra slow sink. Still does that nice, smooth, slow action. On the matter of retrieve, I always hesitate as it gets out to that end of the glide. When you can't see the glide, it's a lot easier to feel it on a higher gear ratio reel than a low gear ratio reel. So I always recommend a 7.1 or an 8.1, something with a lot of horsepower for any of the wider glides. This new tail material is great because you can just chop on it, and it's really stable, very forgiving. So even if you've got an error in your reel or your rod, like that one, it still won't blow out. Everybody loves this little dead walk thing. You're just trying to pop that slack line without reeling hardly at all. I'm stopping it with the reel because if I didn't, it would do about a 180. There you go. There's your 180. That's why I stop it. This tuning distance here in the joint is, I'm trying to do a middle of the road. Trying to do everything decently well. So the slow can be wider if that joint is tighter. And the chop can be a lot narrower if you really open up that joint. So there's a lot of adjustability with these solid resin baits. That's why I think that they're still better than an injected bait, even though a lot of the injected baits are starting to get really good. They just don't have the same type of adjustability. For example, let's see if I can really quickly do this. Handy dandy pliers. On the ground. There we go. Pop that pin out. And then on these screw eyes, let's see. I'll show you the difference. That's a 1, 2. So much further out than before. One, 2. Still straight. Ugh. Anyway. Right. Pop, 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 pop. Didn't like that. Slow it down a touch. Yeah. It's really comfortable with that. That's a great warm water, post-spawn type of retrieve. And then I'm gonna do, sorry, pop the pin out again. Except this time I'm gonna go in 3 full turns. So it's a half. That's a 1, 2. Okay, so that's back to where it was. And in a full additional. This is going to be your winter retrieve. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be your... I might have to back that up half. But we'll see. Figure it out together. This is the fun part of tuning. Okay, here we go. So wide. I will change the tuning on a bait very frequently throughout a day. If you're fishing really tight to cover and you want that glide to stay by the cover a lot longer and you want to twitch it, move it faster, I'll really open it up. If I'm going to fish a big, long point, if I'm just searching, I don't know if there's fish on there, and I just want to reel it slow, then I'll likely tighten it up. Even on that really tight joint, it's still really stable, especially if it's far out there. Here, I'll show you just how stable it is. There you go. And that's a pretty tight joint. That stability is all thanks to that new silicone tail material. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming to today's tuning lesson.